We've all been there. You flip the page of your exam, and you're staring down a massive wall of text. The clock is ticking, and your first instinct is to start reading from the very first word. But passive reading in a timed environment burns your most valuable resource: minutes. To survive, we need to change our approach completely. You should never read the passage first. Instead, you need a systematic, practical mechanism to extract what you need. We call this method RALA. It stands for Read, Activate, Locate, and Answer. This framework reorients your focus. Instead of following the author's narrative flow, you move through the text based on the specific data points required by the questions. Let's look at how this works on a real test paper. We start with R for read, but we are reading the questions first to establish our goal. Our focus bypasses the text block and goes straight to the open-ended questions. We want to identify the W words, like why or where, and underline the specific keywords that tell us exactly what to hunt for. Next is A for activate. Before diving into the text, we activate our prior knowledge. If a question asks for the capital of Egypt and an option says Tokyo, you already have a mental filter. You know Tokyo is wrong and Cairo is right, all without reading a single sentence of the passage. Activating knowledge also applies to language mechanics. Pay close attention to absolute words like only, all, or logical operators like but. These specific words dictate the entire structure of the sentence, acting as red flags for the correct logic. Now we move to L for locate. On this split-screen layout, we take our keywords and find their exact location in the text. But finding the target sentence isn't enough. You must read the surrounding sentences, because the immediate environment provides the context necessary to secure the right answer. Finally, A for answer. For multiple choice, we eliminate the incorrect options first before locking in our choice. For open-ended questions, we write a full, comprehensive sentence. This guarantees your written response captures the specific details the examiner is looking for. By treating the text as an interconnected environment rather than a collection of isolated sentences, you build a defense against cleverly disguised trap options. Knowing the steps is only half the battle. We also need an optimal sequence. This roadmap shows our chronological attack plan. We always start with Stop 1, open-ended WA questions, because they force us to scan for specific facts. Next is Stop 2, direct knowledge and vocabulary. If you hit a word you don't know, remember that birds of a feather flock together. Look at the neighboring words. If the surrounding words are simple and positive, the unknown word likely carries a similar positive meaning. Stop 3 tackles pronoun reference. Look at this sentence. The students forgot their books, so the teacher gave them copies. Can you find the closest preceding noun that matches the pronoun them? Time's up. The correct reference is students. You always trace backwards to find the nearest suitable subject or object that completes the grammatical link. Stop 4 is what we call the question of the patient. Questions asking which is true or all accept. These require high effort. You must patiently scan the text sentence by sentence, linking each multiple choice option directly back to a specific line in the paragraph to verify it. Reordering your test based on this specific sequence minimizes cognitive friction. You handle the fast extractions first, preserving your maximum mental energy for these high-effort questions. Now we reach the final stop on our map, title and purpose questions. The title of a passage and its overarching purpose typically mirror each other, and you'll find the evidence for both anchored in the same specific sections. You find these answers by scanning the first and last paragraphs for repeating words or direct synonyms. Notice how the word bridge repeats at the start and the finish, pointing us straight to the correct option, the importance of bridges. Let's bring it all together. Your foundation is the RALA framework. Read the questions, activate your knowledge, locate the evidence, and answer meticulously. And you execute that framework using this 5-step sequence. Start with WA questions. Use context for vocabulary. Trace back your pronouns. Patiently verify the accept questions, and finish with the title. Mastering these passages comes down to strategic execution, applying a repeatable process to bypass the noise and extract the right data every time. Trust the steps, and success will follow.